Alright, today I have the Good and the Beautiful, the Level K Primer and the Kindergarten. These are English curriculum from the Good and the Beautiful. In the younger years, it's focused a little bit more on reading, writing, kind of basic. And as they progress, they go more towards your traditional English. So this is the Level K Primer. My daughter did this a while ago. It does have a reader that comes with it, but I'm honestly not sure where it is right now because it's the spiral binding's at the top, and you kind of flip through how to use the book. This does a really good job of giving diverse lessons so it doesn't get bored or tiring. My daughter loved doing this workbook, and she really loved getting her checks. The checks were like the highlight. She was so happy to get her check after she finished doing something. You can see it has writing the letters, another different type of activity, and you can just go through. I believe it recommends you go for so many minutes a day. Let me see. I think it was so many minutes a day, and then you just check as you go. When you finish the page, you do complete it, and then the next day you would just open it up and continue where you left off. So this was the curriculum that we did after the Easy For Me Snap Words, because she wasn't quite getting it. This curriculum really gave her aha moment where she realized you could sound out words, and when you sound out the word, you read. That's how you read. I remember over in the sides of one of these, we got to a word where she had not learned how to read that word yet. She didn't know the sight word for it. And she sounded it out. And it was, "Mommy, I just read a word and I didn't even know what the word was." It was so priceless. So I really enjoyed that this book did that for her. Trying to find a word. Maybe it was ran. I don't know, but it was a word she didn't know it before, and then she was just so excited to finally get it. So here's lesson 28. And then by the end of the book, here's the last lesson. It introduces some numbers and stuff in it. They're reading very, very basic sentences. Ted sat. So this activity was you'd look at the picture, read the sentence. Kim is mad. Nope, she's not mad. Kim is in. Oh, yep, she's in the duck. So you would circle Kim is in. And then at the end, it gives you have completed the course. Yay! Before the child moves to level K, the child should do the following. They need to be able to sing the alphabet alone, instantly know all the letters by name, and recognize if they are uppercase or lowercase, and the most common sounds they represent, which includes long and short vowel sounds. So you go through the chart. They should be able to go A, W, W, C, K, D, D, L. Actually, it should be lowercase a, lowercase w, lowercase c, lowercase d, uppercase L, L, lowercase f, on and on through the whole chart. And she was doing that by the end of the course. And then I also, since she did so well, I did buy the Level K course, but we didn't actually end up doing it. I saw she was reading pretty well by the end of the Level K primer, but she was struggling with like silent letters and stuff. So while we were waiting to start, because she finished it early, I thought we would use this kind of as a stopgap in between. And I picked this one because it has the kind of funky writing. So sec, it makes it where each letter makes a sound. And if I can find any of the, we, it tells her when to use the long vowel. The K is silent, scare quotes, silent, duck. So that helped with kind of what she was struggling with, so I went with that. And then she just kind of took off with reading, and so we never actually got into using the Level K book that I have. So this is completely unused. This has a lot of pieces and parts. Well, not a lot, but it has some pieces and parts too. You've got the course book, the reader, the phonics cards, and you'll use these for kindergarten, first and second, and you're supposed to sort them out into different bags. So like mastered, one bag is supposed to be learning, not yet, learned yet, level 1, level 2, and then it has little readers that you cut out and you put them together. So that is everything that comes in the Level K course. I'm not sure if they updated this. I know they're updating some of their levels. But as of the beginning of last school year, this is what they were offering. So here's Level K at a glance. This is a lot more like the upper levels, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry about my breathing. If you can hear it, I'm like super pregnant right now and my allergies are acting up, so my breathing might be a little heavy. Okay. Breakdown of the lessons. After lesson 12, you'd start section 1 of the Level K reader. Section 1. So now they can read and that's the first story. And then there's a few stories in section 1. And it keeps going. So you got section 1. And then you keep going. I like to do the table of contents so you can kind of see the scope and sequence so you know if this is the right level for your child or not. You got about this course, kind of how to use it. How to teach each day. Work on this course one-on-one with the child for 20 to 30 minutes every day for Level K children. And just like in the Level K, you'll notice you have the check boxes as you go and the completed box for the page, so you just pick up after your last check mark. So back to the how to use this book. Before you start the Level K course, this is the same assessment as the last one on here. So make sure your child's ready, do the assessment. This is known for being a bit of an advanced course, I believe. I think they said on the website it's probably about standard for an advanced kindergartner or an average first grader. I could be wrong, don't quote me. But, so definitely take the placement test whenever a curriculum offers a placement test, because that's going to let you know for this particular curriculum and the difficulty they have it at, if that will be good for your child. It says to administer the course reading assessment in the appendix. So you would flip back to the appendix. Course reading assessment, date, time, number of incorrect, so you can see your child's growth. And then this is kind of some of the extra parts. I think when they update these, they're trying to streamline it a little bit, because right now it has the phonics card. So kindergarten is 1 through 18, first grade is 19 to 37, and second grade is 38 to 58. How to organize them. That's going to be the baggie method. And these are, you know, learning the sounds, and there's some words in them. And they progress in hardness and difficulty. And then you have some sight words in here. And the idea is once you've mastered all these, so if I had my daughter come up and she went, he, I, be, a, me, the, and you, that would be mastered, and she'd get to color the cow. So she'd color the cow in. If she went, e, he, I, b, e, b, that wouldn't be mastered, so she doesn't get to color the cow yet. And at the end, you would have a wonderfully colored picture. And then it does the same thing with spelling words. You would take a little bit of time each day to work on spelling. Once you do it, you check if it's mastered or reviewed. And then, excuse me. And then they have a rocket ship, so color the rocket when mastered. So once they've mastered this side and this side, they get to color the rocket ship. Before the lessons, you can take a little assessment, and I believe if your child passes the assessment, they can skip that lesson. So here's lesson 1. Again, you're going to follow the timetable at the beginning. Lesson 1 doesn't mean this is good to be done in one day, in one sitting. You just check as you go, and you stop whenever your child hits the timer. In lesson 2, you've got some poetry. Again, this curriculum does a good job of kind of mixing things up. There are some even picture studies in it. So here's like a picture study one. It talks about word families. When it talks about Master Rhyme number 1 worksheet, that's right here on this page. Read to the child, so it's telling you, you read this to the child. That are not expected to read that on their own yet. Read to the child, read these words. Which are things you could do in this picture? Circle your favorite 2 things to do. All right, let's go to about the middle of the book. This might be a little past the middle, but you're learning sh, ch, f, wish, fish. It's a little game. And then towards the end, there's reading assessments. So there's only 47 lessons in it. So again, you know, as you do the book, you're only working for 20, 30 minutes or whatever it is. And then you get to the, wherever you stop is where you stop. So there's only 47 lessons, which is not a lot at all. So don't worry if you don't get through a lesson every day. You have plenty of time to get through the whole book. And then at the end, administer reading assessment B in the appendix for the 3rd time. Administer the course reading assessment for the 2nd time. And throughout the book, it will tell you when to read these little mini books that you had to put together at the beginning. So, like I Can, this is probably one of the first ones I would imagine. And by the end of the course, let's go to the reader because these are spiral bound and definitely in order. This is about the reading level that your kids will be at. A trip to the farm. You can see that they've learned to read quite a bit more advanced stuff than the beginning. And quite a bit farther than they were at the end of level K primer. So that is how to use the good and the beautiful.